Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to another episode of F1 Manager. We are on round 15 of our Williams career here, season 3, and this is the second last to first race that we'll be doing as we bring this series and this season to its conclusion. Last time out we had a 1-2 finish at Spa, but it was a very interesting race. Lots of drama all the way through, and let's see if we get something kind of similar here. I think this one's going to be a bit trickier for us to work our way through the field. It's a little bit harder to overtake here, so we'll see how things go. But yeah, 4 days until the end of the week. We've got a little bit of stuff to do, not a huge amount. Let's skip through some time and get ourselves ready for the race weekend. How you doing, Mr. Water? How you doing, Jason? Good to see you guys. All right, we get through to practice. Check the inbox. Okay, let's check our car analysis, see what we're like going into this Grand Prix. Oh yeah, I'll wait till after ZANDVOORT R-Type before I do the next two car parts. So our car is 10th in top speed, 4th in acceleration, so very quick. Getting up to speed. It just doesn't have the best top speed. Very good in the cornering, as you can see. 3rd in low and medium, 1st in high, and then 1st across all dirty air cornering, which is excellent. That's what we need if we're going to be trying to get some overtakes. We need good acceleration out of the corner, and we need excellent dirty air performance so that we can stay close and then try and sneak our way past. Brake cooling's pretty good. Engine cooling could be a little bit better. Right, performance targets for this Grand Prix. We are not setting any quali targets because we're starting at the back. We're still going to go for the fastest lap, and let's go for the 1-2. Let's see if we can do it. Finish position streak. A new one is 2 cars to finish in the top 4. Okay. Let's check I've got enough spare parts. Actually, I forgot to do that. It should be fine. 2 side pods, 2 underfloors. Okay, so if we damage an underfloor, we might need another one. Let me go ahead and start building a spare underfloor. There we go. Hopefully we won't need that.
It's another historic weekend of Formula One here at Zandvoort. The track has seen many unforgettable moments, like Gilles Villeneuve's 3-wheeled lap at the 1979 Dutch Grand Prix, which cost him victory. What excitement lies ahead this year? There's never a dull moment at Circuit Zandvoort. It's fast, very fast, with long straights and wide curves. But it also features 2 heavy banked corners, where aerodynamic improvements are sure to help our drivers. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Oh, we have a wet race. That's going to add an extra wrinkle to this. So, dry Friday, some light rain on Saturday, could be practice, could be quali, could be both. And then moderate rain in the race. Ooh, okay, I lost the first with weather. This is going to get interesting. So, we took George out of the car last time, so we'll put Ollie in for Pierre this time. Compound wise, we're going to go with the softs, swap out the engine parts, etc, etc. So start with the engines. There's a little bit of life left in that one. Just about get away with that one for practice, I think. Swap over the ERS modules. And gearboxes, we'll go with that gearbox and that gearbox. Okay, so we want to get 21 laps here for a run. And let's take a look at the sliders. Okay, so they're pretty similar. Let's start with this one. We'll go with a 9. In fact, I think I might just do the same setup for both cars. We'll go 9, 13, 4, 6, 3.5, and a 1. Let's try and put that on both cars. So 9, 13, 4, 6, 3.5, and 1. There we go. Alright, off we go to practice.
The radio is good? You can hear me, yeah?
Excuse me. Once again, I'm not seeing any reserve drivers apart from Oliver. Only half a second between them, give or take. That's not too bad considering the difference in their skill level. And Oliver's car, well, I say Oliver's car, Pierre's car is actually in a slightly worse condition. So it's down a little bit on power and acceleration in comparison.
So, virtual safety car.
We've had an incident.
It's just a yellow at the moment. Just a yellow. Keep the head down.
Albon's out. So, first retirement of the weekend already.
Let's have a look. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. And there, we see the crash.
Oh, that's a big crash. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's a retirement.
That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to...
Evening, Mr. P.
How is the balance, please?
Alright, we got an 82. That's not great. Let's get that reworked a little bit. We need to change the rear wing, so let's push that up to a 13.5. It's better than... yeah, it is a bit better than... isn't it? So, let's see. Let's bring that back a little bit. Let's change the roll bar. Let's go to a 3.7. Let's bring that in a touch. Let's go with a 9.5. Pull that back. No, let's go to an 8.5. Pull that back. There we go. Let's give that a try. Oh, that's that big gap actually on the front wing. That's not going to work. Alright, we'll try that. Evening, Marcel.
Anything to sound balance?
Oh, excellent. We've nailed Russell's car.
Sounds like there's been a crash. Let's
Another
see what
crash.
happened there. Okay, So there we have the Alpine. A definite collision there.
So we'll just refuel Russell and send him straight back out again. Just had you know, when you just something just pops in your head and makes you chuckle. Just thinking all these different nicknames we're coming up with for Farah. Just made me think of American Dad when Roger gets a gym up in his you know, in the loft, and starts calling Steve on the answering phone with all these different nicknames. And I just feel a little bit like I'm Roger right now, just trying to find a nickname for Farah. All right, we've gone backwards, I think, with the car. Oh yeah, we went the wrong way, so that's a 5-5 then. Let's dial that back. Let's bring this in. Actually, no, let's leave that as a 9. Let's bring that back though. And let's drop that there. And let's see if that works. So that's our first session done. We've had 2 crashes, one for Albon, who retired after charging into that wall at very, very fast speeds, and a little clumsy clash with the wall for Ocon. Seems to have got away with that. No real drama on that one. We've got a few penalties. Leclerc, Vettel, Ocon, Albon, Porsche. We're at that point of the season where the AI starts swapping out for, you know, taking penalties for new components, so might be some component changes going on there. Let's head into second practice. Let's go with a 26 lap run. No, I'll go with 28 laps. And we need to go the full session here, so we'll go 45 laps. And hopefully we've got this car sorted out now.
Radio check, yeah, can you hear me?
Copy.
Oh, another crash.
There's been a crash. Sounds like
Schumacher
a
this
single
time.
car. Let's take a closer look. So this was the Aston Martin.
Oh, it's a carbon copy of what happened to Ocon. Looking at the pace, again, we can't really read too much into it, but it's seeing some interesting positional changes at the top. 93%. It's not great. I was hoping it'd be closer than that. Gotta leave him running. Need the track time, and next session could be wet, so need to really maximise his time on track right now. Otherwise I'd have brought him in and made a tweak, but yeah, he's got to run the whole session. But yeah, Ocon top of the timings at the moment, then Bottas, then we get Sainz. Look at Vettel. Vettel's up there. And that looks genuine pace as well. Sainz slaps on a new set of softs. Let's see what he does. Ah, 68 for Russell. I probably should have kept him out a little bit longer. Never mind. He's not improving. Bottas and Ricciardo second and third. Magnussen's up there. Perez is in 7th. Verstappen's 10th. He's on mediums though. Perez is on hards. Although I think he was on a different set of tyres. Okay, Verstappen's put on some softs.
Who's running wide there?
And he's starting to climb the timings a little bit. Albon showing some pace again. This is going to be another interesting grid, I can just feel it. And with the rain as well, potential wet quali, we could end up with another really weird running order. Plus, we're not going to be going through, obviously. We're staying out of quali. Just going to stay in the garage for the whole of the first session. So that's two cars that wouldn't normally go through out of Q1 will be going into Q2. Yeah, this will definitely make things a bit more interesting. As Verstappen does end up topping the timings at the end of the session. Ocon's got a new engine, as has Albon. Vettel does as well. I had a feeling Vettel would. Leclerc potentially with a new engine. Porsche. See, there's no change of engine for, or no new components for the Mercedes or Kevin Magnussen, and they are faster than the Ferraris. Yeah, interesting, very interesting. Alright, this session's going to start dry. Is it going to stay dry? That's the question. Okay, that needs to go even more, so that's going to be a 6.4. Everything else was pretty much spot on though, so we pull that in. That should be it. Should being the operative word. Let's go with mediums for this session. We want another long run if we can. Let's go with 35 laps. And for George, Let's go 30 laps just to be safe. It's probably too much fuel, but better safe than sorry. Are we going to get some rain in this session?
Radio check. Radio check.
Radio check. Okay. Radio check.
No.
Okay.
So we're definitely getting a wet quali then. Now Norris is suddenly looking pretty quick. All 18 places separated by a second. And we have a new crash.
Yellow flag, single yellow.
We can take a look now. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
Oh, that's becoming a popular crash this weekend.
Thank goodness nobody else was involved. Sounds like we've had a spin.
Now a spin for Yuki. Ocon's got some real pace with that new engine. And there we go, boom, 100%. That's what we wanted to see. It's going to be very tight at the top. A lot of cars on very, very similar pace. Alright, Russell's about to finish. There we go, that should get him 99 or 100, one of the two. He made it to 100, excellent stuff. Gasly not far behind. And that's him to 100 as well. So, yeah, very productive practice. So now we just need to see what happens in quali.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Feels weird seeing Vettel all the way up there in an Alpine.
There's been a crash.
Oh, another
Here's the
Schumacher
replay.
crash. Is that the same
Right,
corner
watch
again?
this. There's Schumacher.
No, it's not. He's going to lock up, and yeah, there we go.
Oh, a nasty crash there.
Into the barrier. So that's 2 crashes for Mick this weekend. And Ocon tops the timing sheets at the end of third practice. So, let's put in some good parts. We'll go with the 78% engine. ERS modules, we'll swap those over as well. And swap the gearboxes. There we go. We are ready to not qualify.
And radio check.
Yeah, good.
No rain in the first session. So it's going to rain in either Q2 or Q3, and we're not going to see those because it's going to simulate that once we get eliminated. Bit of a shame. We'll just have to look at the timing sheets afterwards and see what happens. Again, Ocon top of the timings. Look how close it is. Top three separated by 600ths of a second. Top 8 by less than 2/10. As everyone starts their final run. Right now it's Schumacher, Verschoor and Tsunoda at risk.
Good session, well done.
Ocon goes a little bit faster. Oh, Verstappen sneaks it now. Ricciardo jumps Ocon, as does Sainz. Bottas moves up above Vettel. Schumacher, Tsunoda and... was that Verschoor? I think it was. Yeah, Verschoor. They are the three that are eliminated, along with us.
Drivers are strapping themselves
And there we go.
in,
Just got to wait for the grid now.
race day.
Williams has been struggling this weekend, as reflected by their current grid position. But we've seen teams come back from worse results. This has the potential to be an exciting race for them. We saw a solid qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they're sure to have their chance to push even further during the race. We've been having sunny
We're
weather
starting on
today,
Inters.
but there are some clouds looming that might complicate things for teams further down the line.
So it's time for some fighting between the sand dunes, here at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Ah, maybe we're not starting on Inters. No, we're Inters on that car. We're not getting rain till halfway through. Okay, so that means we're going to need to start on mediums then. We want to go to lap 33. And then box for Inters there. Should be Inters all the way through. Might be a couple of little moments where it just dips above 4%. We'll keep an eye on our wear, but we should be able to make those Inters last to the end. We can always potentially box. Again, this is a circuit where safety cars can happen. So if that happens, we can definitely put on some fresh tyres. We're going to take a lap of fuel out. Just the one. Not going to go crazy off the line. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare trying to get through these slow cars at the start. Speaking of, let's take a look. We're starting 14th and 15th as a result of penalties. So Let's take a look at the end of the qualifying. So Max took pole from Bottas, then Ocon, Vettel, Ricciardo, Sainz, Magnussen, Albon, Zhou, and Norris. So Leclerc and Perez went out in Q2. Along with Alonso, Stroll, and Pourchaire. I don't know who has dropped back. We've been elevated 5 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars with penalties. So yeah, all of those cars are starting at the back. So the Alpines, having looked so fast, are going to be starting behind us. Interesting. Same for Albon. Leclerc's going to be behind us. And so is Pourchaire.
The drivers there lined up on the grid under mostly sunny skies. And here we've got George Russell. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. Next for the team, it's Pierre Gasly. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And we're just moments away now. The drivers are ready, and the crowds are waiting. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, let's take a look at tyres. I see some on mediums, some on softs. Has anyone gone on hards? No, it's all mediums and softs. The softs are definitely going to have to stop again, I think. I don't think they're going to last before the rain.
Everybody keep it up.
Oh, Russell's off to a flyer.
Keep it cool. Let's keep going.
Well, he was, and then he got squeezed a little bit. And he's up to 13th.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Gasly on the move, or trying to be on the move. He's getting squeezed by Ocon. We know Ocon's quick here. And now we've got a sandwich. Look at this. 3 wide through there. As Vettel has a go as well. Are we going to lose out to both of them? Oh! Vettel gets ahead of Ocon, but gets a slow exit, and that creates a little bit of gap. And now Leclerc is fighting all over the back of them.
And there's an overtake.
What a start.
Williams.
Now, if we can't clear Vasseur quickly here, we're going to get put under pressure by the Alpines again. No, we're not getting through. Let's give him a little bit of battery.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Okay.
There we go. Squeeze our way through up the inside.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
Okay, that's good, Pierre. Very good.
As Russell gets through on Tsunoda. So that gives us a little bit of breathing room. The Alpine's already swarming all over the back of
Very
Vasseur.
well. Keep it up.
Nobody breaking away yet. The entire field is still running in in a DRS concertina. As Russell has a look at the outside of Stroll. It's going to become the inside if he holds the line. He does. He's going to go straight on the attack on Stroll.
Nicely done.
He's going to get him, and Gasly is looking to get Tsunoda in the background. And does get him. Oh, yellow flag in sector 1. We've got a safety car. Porsche has had a bit of an accident.
Crash. Let's have a look. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one. And that's an off. And
Oh, that's a big
off.
crash.
And the team had such high hopes today.
Alright, so let's save the tyres, save some fuel, recharge that little bit of battery we spent. Safety car should only be out theoretically for just maybe just one lap. The whole field's already still bunched together. So it's all going to form up pretty much instantly. Then it's a question of whether the car decides it needs to do a second lap or not. So Bottas leads from Verstappen, then Ricciardo, Magnussen, Norris, Sainz, Zhou, Alonso, Perez. Russell in 10th takes up the last points paying position and has currently got the fastest lap. Then Stroll, Schumacher, Gasly in 13th, Tsunoda, Vettel, Vasseur, Ocon, Leclerc and Albon, with Porsche having caused the safety car with his retirement. Let's take a quick look at engine levels. So, we're running 78% on our cars. Leclerc with his new engine at 95 has also got a fairly new gearbox as well. Sainz also has pretty new components. Tsunoda's looking a bit rough. Norris looking pretty healthy. Verstappen's engine's looking a bit rough. Perez a bit better. Bottas also looking very rough. Ricciardo a little better, but his gearbox is rough. And there we go, completely new parts for Vettel. Look, new engine, new gearbox, new ERS module. Same for Ocon. Magnussen with a new looking engine. Albon had a penalty, but doesn't seem to have got that, unless he damaged his engine and gearbox when he crashed. It was a big crash. That'd be a kicker, that would, if he put new parts in and then immediately took 20% off them. Porsche had a brand new engine, and that's kind of fouled up already. Alonso's engine's not looking great. We are going to do a second lap. So an interesting mix. Quite a few drivers not having put in new parts. Wonder if they're going to run those guys who are running with the older engines, if they're going to run those at the next Grand Prix, which is Monza. They're going to be way off the pace if that's the case, or they're going to end up taking a big penalty, which is going to give them pace but drop them way back at the grid. So we could be moving up without even doing any laps. We could be moving up several places again off the back of the grid at Monza, and if not Monza, definitely at Singapore. Safety car should be coming in this lap. There's no reason for it to do a third lap, surely. There we go.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Yeah.
Ready, push, push.
Copy.
Let's lift off, please.
Copy.
So a recharge off.
Yeah, roger.
So Bottas bringing us around. He's going late. He's going very late. Might get jumped. Will Verstappen jump him at the inside? I don't know, but Magnussen is having a look at the inside of Ricciardo, and he's got him. As we dive up the inside of Perez. It's a great move.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
Oh, we couldn't get the traction coming out the corner. Still hanging on in there.
Okay, that's good, very good.
Trying to go around the outside now. Which becomes the inside leading into the DRS straight.
Excellent job, well done.
We switch places. We've moved to the inside for the next corner.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And looks like we've got that move done now. We will have the inside line all the way through this final corner. Russell's looking really, really racy today. Already looking to go straight on the attack against Alonso here. Oh, Gasly got jumped by Vettel.
Can't go out this way.
It's going to take that place back. Is he going to get boxed in behind Schumacher? Oh, he loses out on traction. Vettel just whoom, out that corner. Those soft tyres and that new set of components really helping Vettel out there.
Alpine just advanced.
Gotta say, Vettel is a dark horse for victory in this Grand Prix.
And DRS should be available.
Russell still tucked up behind Alonso. There is a gap starting to form now. Sainz has dropped to second off the back of Ricciardo. Zhou's dropped to second off the back of Norris. So we're getting a couple of little splits starting to open up here. We're going to have a couple of little breakaway groups. Sainz losing time because he's fighting with Norris. But these two definitely pulling away from Zhou. Vettel trying to go side by side with Schumacher. And here comes Ocon. Yeah, these Alpines are really going to be a threat coming through the field. Vettel might well have to box. I mean, it's possible actually these softs might last with those couple of laps under the safety car. If the rain comes a little bit earlier than predicted, they might actually get away with it, as Vettel does move up ahead of Schumacher. And I think Russell is making his way past Joe. Yes, he does. So we're at the head of this little second group here.
Good job.
2 seconds to go to get to Sainz and Norris. But we do look very fast here. Or at least Russell does anyway. He should close that gap down pretty quickly. Gasly is still stuck behind Schumacher. Trying to go the long way around. Let's give him a little squirt of battery here.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
As Vettel has already passed Stroll.
Okay, that's good, yeah, very good.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
We'll just tuck in for a lap. Yeah, Russell is flying. Look at that. He's already taken 7-8 tenths of a second out of Sainz and Norris, who have caught up to the front runners. We take the inside line and complete the move on Stroll.
Good job.
It's starting to get darker, as you can see. Rain is supposed to come on lap 33. Might come a little earlier than that. Yeah, it's currently predicted to come on lap 31, not lap 33. So let's amend the strategy to reflect that. It's Perez who's falling down the order right now. As Russell is already onto the back of Norris. Starting to look like Russell's going to be odds-on favourite to win this Grand Prix at this moment in time. Gasly's just stuck in really, really dense traffic.
Awesome, keep it up.
Russell already on the charge past Norris. Now he's up against Sainz. Let's take a look at that.
Look at the replay. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Oh, he just made that look so easy. There is a reason he is leading the World Championship right now.
Moving up a place there. Excellent work from them.
I remember we started this Grand Prix with 70-something% engines, 78% engines. So they're already into that area where they start to dip a little bit of their power output. So it's not like we're running brand new engines. But, you know, Russell's just looking so fast this weekend. This is where all the drama is. 4 or 5 cars all tripping over each other, trying to take position.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Yeah.
Just give Gasly another squirt of battery. Ocon's lurking behind us. Dive up the inside of Vettel. Can we dive up the around the outside of Perez as well?
Okay, keep it clean.
Perez
Focus on the
moves to
pace.
block Vettel, which gives us the run. And immediately we go on the attack against Alonso.
Williams there gaining several places in one go.
Oh, we've got a lock up. It's another car in the wall. It's another safety car. Now, this makes things interesting. Will we see any of the soft cars consider
I
pitting?
think that was a crash. Let's take a closer look. Now let's
Yuki's
look
done
at
a
this.
Yuki.
The focus on Tsunoda.
I think that's the first time this season we've said that.
That crash is terrible news for the team. The team are devastated.
It's
They'll
like,
be
oh,
questioning
god damn it,
just what happened there.
So, let's take a look at tyre wear. Is anyone going to consider stopping? No. I don't think they are, but given that their tyre wear is in the 70s, they must all have started on brand new softs rather than worn softs. I think these guys are going to be fine. With the rain having come in a couple of laps earlier, and this second safety car, I don't think the softs are going to have to stop again. I think we'll just be straight through to inters for everybody now. Once again, we get to recharge Gasly's battery and close that gap up between Zhou and Norris. So this brings Gasly back into striking range again. He has not shown anywhere near the ease that Russell's been cutting through the traffic. We've had to manually step in and help him out. And it's kind of unfortunate that the real pace in this field is all at the back of the grid. Leclerc is still down in 16th. Hasn't been able to get himself through yet. The Alpines are moving up 12th and 13th now. But I mean, if those Alpines had been at the front, this could have been a very different race. Same with Leclerc as well. You know, we've got all those really fast cars that just have had to try and do what we're doing and fight their way through. Be interesting at Monza. All these guys taking penalties today will obviously have the benefit of new engines, etc., going into Monza, or newish engines at Monza with no penalty. So Monza's going to be a different proposition. Our cornering has definitely made it really easy for us to swoop through so far. And we're up to 6th already. But at Monza it's all about speed. And we are midfield when it comes to speed. So the cornering's going to help, but it'll only help so much. And the Alpines could definitely be a threat along with the Ferraris at Monza. Depends what the Red Bulls do, and to a lesser extent the Mercedes as well. Right, there's a safety car coming in this lap. It's a late call. Yep, there we go.
Okay,
It is coming in.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap.
Copy.
Let's pick our pace up. Let's go.
Copy.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Copy.
Recharge off.
Copy.
Charge off.
Okay.
It's a slow restart, look. It's a very slow restart. But Verstappen gets away well. Russell looking around the outside of Sainz. Couldn't quite get that move done. Gasly thinking about an inside run on Alonso. And still Leclerc down in 16th, not able to move up. And I think of all the front cars, Verstappen has got the weakest engine. So while he's probably got a very, very good car in the corners, doesn't have the pace on the straights to really back that up. Let's see if Verstappen and Bottas can break the gap to Magnussen before DRS kicks in on the next lap.
And DRS enabled.
Alright, Gasly looks like he might be diving down the inside here into turn 1. Bottas, no, Alonso just holds him off. Maybe the inside here. Nope. We might have to intervene again. I'm kind of a little hesitant to do that. We have been moving through the field pretty easily for the most part. Or at least with Russell anyway. And the fact that the field has closed up again twice now means that it's not like it's a long run to the front of the grid. If it doesn't get him on this next lap, then I'll introduce some battery. Okay, Alonso's tyre's down to 60%, so he's going to start feeling the effects of that pretty soon, as is Norris. We've got the overspeed. Alonso has dropped out of range now, so we should naturally get this move done on the main straight now. Maybe the softs will need to pit after all. So we're going to go another 10 more laps. As there we go, we do look to complete the move around the outside. As, Russell has a failed attempt on sights. And we do finally complete that move. So now we get to go chasing after Zhou.
Just gained by Williams.
Let's cut back to Russell. Oh, god damn it. I cursed him. Well, that's just made Russell's weekend a whole lot harder.
Let's see what happened there. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
He cuts to Russell and immediately spins it off. I'm blaming Farah. He kept jinxing me and nothing happened to the last couple of races. And it's finally catching up. Delayed action jinx.
Really hurt their overall chances.
Bugger indeed, yes. Alright, well Russell should catch up to the back of the field really quickly. He has been very, very fast so far this weekend. I see no reason for that to change. Gasly has caught up to the back of Zhou. And has just about gapped Alonso. What you been doing, P? Alright, Norris is starting to drop away. Those tyres starting to fade. He's going to be a sitting duck for Vettel and Gasly here. Has Gasly managed to box in Zhou here? No. Maybe. Oh no, yeah, he has.
Very good job.
Excellent move from Gasly there. Now he should be able to get through Norris pretty quickly.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Alright, as he lines up the move, goes around the outside, which will become the inside into the chicane, and the inside in the final corner, and he just sweeps on through. So Gasly now has an unimpeded run. Assuming he can hold off Norris in the DRS, he'll have an unimpeded run at sights. He's just got to get to the end of this straight holding position, which he does, and Zhou dives up the inside as well. So Norris is going to start going backwards now. Alonso's already been overtaken by Perez. Yeah, soft tyres are starting to really struggle. Russell has caught up to the back of the field. Let's keep an eye on Russell as he tries to work his way back up. You can see some gaps have opened up now, so we've got 2 seconds to sights from Gasly, and then 2 seconds from Norris to Perez, and then 2 seconds from Leclerc to Albon, which is the head of this little group that we're in. And for sure, soft tyres just not able to stand up and hold back Russell. He's going to get probably the award for most overtakes at this rate.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Oh, just seen the score. We thrash lead 6-1. Very nice. Right, Schumacher's on aging softs as well, so again, this should be a relatively straightforward overtake here. Especially Schumacher, who looks to be flirting with dropping out of DRS range. In fact, he has dropped out, so that'll be a very easy pass. Or maybe not. Getting ahead of myself a bit there. Now he's got him.
Well done, mate.
So Albon up next. Leclerc has finally managed to move up a couple of places, but he's still not making the progress that he should be. Vettel's starting to drop back now because his tyres are going off. He's stuck behind Alonso. He's got more pace than Alonso. Has he got enough grip left to actually affect the overtake? He should be. And there's the wet weather warning. We're just, what, 3 or 4 laps away from wet weather now. Let's see, has it updated the prediction? Yes, it's now brought it forward to lap 30. So just 3 laps away. And now it's Gasly who's all over the back of sights. And takes the fastest lap in the process.
Very good lap.
So again, with the field quite close together and lots of cars running nose to tail. Oh, Gasly's spun now. He's spun at the same place that Russell spun. There he is. Hey, get up behind Sainz. I reckon Sainz has been watching wacky races. Has probably got like an oil slick button or something. Because every time a car gets behind Sainz, they spin out on that corner. I swear, that Ferrari's dropping oil. So Gasly now has dropped back to 18th. He's now at the back of the grid. He's got to do it all over again. Something strange is going on. The softs are going to hang on though. They're at 40%, but they'll hang on for the next couple of laps, surely. I can imagine if they all box like a lap before the rain falls. But as I was saying, as Gasly threw himself off the track, again, the field is all clumped up. It's not all in one long line, but it is lots of little groups of cars all clumped together, which is going to cause chaos in the pit lane. People are going to get held. Some cars are going to lose out really badly. Some are going to gain multiple positions.
Starting to have a little bit of rain.
Oh, it started raining already. Okay, so we need to box them this lap.
Box, 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 box.
There we go. So Russell's going to get priority. But the cars are far enough apart that if no one else pits,
We have a little
which I
bit more rain
think
coming.
might be the case.
Copy.
Is anyone going to box? Or is it just us? Oh, there's a couple of cars boxing. There's a few boxing. Norris, Zhou, Ocon, Albon, Stroll, Alonso, and us. And here is where it's going to get really messy.
Copy that.
As we get held and held and held and held. And finally we get to go through, which meant Gasly was sat there waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah. So we are the big losers of that. Russell loses out to drop down a place. Gasly stays where he was, effectively. But now everybody else is really going to struggle on this lap. So we could suddenly jump right towards the front of the field here, along with everyone else who stopped. We're going to gain so much time on the rest of the field. Look how slow Verstappen's moving on the map. It's going to be absolute carnage. We've got to watch this. They're all going to dive in. Surely Mercedes will double stack. Yes, they do. Here we go. So Verstappen's in. Gets released early. You see the Mercedes are double stacking. Ricciardo has lost out, I think. The rest of the field's coming through. And who is going to be in the lead? Oh, Norris and Sainz nearly managed to sneak ahead of Bottas there. And we're up to 10th and 13th as Leclerc, Verstappen, Vettel, Schumacher and Verschoor are the last out of the pits. And look at the gap at the back. Yeah, Ricciardo's really lost out badly as a result of that. He got held in the pits quite badly. Plus the delay of staying out that extra lap. He's now down in 11th. He's running 4th. He's in 11th. Alright, how good are we going to be in the wet? It is getting wetter. Is it going to edge towards full wet? Someone's locked up. Oh, it's one of the Alpines into the turn 1 barrier. It's another safety car.
We've just had a crash on the track.
Safety car.
It's Vettel, and I am bursting for the loot, so I will be back in just a second.
Copy.
Okay, there we go. Nature called. I had to answer. Right, we're staying out. We'll ignore that. Let's take a look at this crash.
Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel. Dear me, they won't have been
Oh,
expecting
yeah, it's a
that.
big crash again. Everyone who goes off there retires. And that's a shame for Vettel, because that's going to damage those new
Let's
engine
hope it
parts he
doesn't set
took
them back too badly.
a big penalty for. So that's safety car number 3. We're not even halfway through this Grand Prix yet. And we're about to tick over into full wet territory. There we go. This should be a brief thing, but is anyone going to respond to that? Is anyone going to dive in and throw on a set of full wets? I'm going to say no. It's already starting to dip back down again. Yep, no unboxing. There's Perez all the way down in 14th now. Oh, what a race he's been having. So this race was looking like an easy victory for us at one point. Then Russell threw himself off the track at this corner. Got to the back of the grid. Then Gasly worked his way up to the same position, threw himself off at the same corner, went to the back of the grid. And then we got held in the pits. And now we're back in the middle of the field again. And this is now just a straight run to the line with no DRS. Not expecting there to be any pit stops from this point onwards. It's just going to be a straight run to the line, I think. I'm expecting everyone's tyres to last. It's going to be tight, but I think everyone's tyres will just about make it. We might potentially make a stop for fresh tyres. What I might do is I might just run at a slightly reduced tyre pace. Just to preserve a little bit of extra life in the tyres. I don't know where to push, gain those positions, and then look to pit and fight back again later. I'll keep an eye on the wear rate, I think, over the next 5 laps after the safety car. Safety car should come in this lap. And there we go.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap.
Yep.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
Okay.
So we will go recharge off.
Copy.
We need to push.
Yeah.
Let's push, come on.
Copy.
Racing from the line, racing from the line.
Once again, it's a very slow restart. Gasly might have a look at the inside here of Alonso. He does, and he gets him. Or does he? They're side by side. Oh, he's going to get Ricciardo as well.
Good job.
He's doing a little bit of grass cutting there.
You're doing a good job.
But yeah, Gasly just swooping through.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And now he's having a look at the back of Russell. As here comes Ricciardo. Having a little sniff. And Stroll and Albon are fighting each other. And Gasly goes up the inside of Russell. And completes the move and immediately goes up the inside of Albon. And now Russell's having a look as well.
Okay, good job, thank you.
Now it's Gasly who's coming into his own. Maybe he's the better wet weather driver.
Just gained by Williams.
I honestly don't know which of our two drivers is better in the wet. Have to look afterwards, see what their stats say. Oh wait, no, Gasly's on deploy, no wonder. I thought I put him on neutral. Wonder why he was looking so much racier. Let's ride on board with George for a lap or two. So Ocon has found his way up towards the front of the field. He's up to 5th now. Ahead of Magnussen. Oh, and there goes Gasly up the inside of Stroll. So Gasly up to 8th.
Okay, that's good, Pierre, very good.
And once again, Zhou has found himself up in the, on the verge of the top 6 again. Although he's about to lose out, Gasly on a tear. Gasly takes Zhou.
Very good job, Pierre.
Alright, we gave Gasly 2 laps of charge. So let's give Russell 2 laps of charge as well. So there we go, that's Russell past Albon, and immediately looking to try and squeeze past
Okay, good job.
on Stroll as well. Stroll just about covering off the inside.
Okay,
As
that's
Gasly's
good,
got another position, he's overtaken Magnussen.
Let's have a look. Now we see the Williams here.
Oh, Gasly's just been steamrolling people through that corner.
They take advantage and muscle their way through.
Kind of getting boxed in a little bit by Stroll here. Can we get a clear line on the inside? Again, he just swerves over just a little bit. But there we go. Got the clear line. Have we got the pace? We don't have the greatest straight line speed. Can't get it done under braking. Around the outside, surely he'll get him up the hill. Switches to the outside. And there we go. Gets the move done.
Good job.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
So Gasly is harrying the back of Norris right now. Russell's going to be on the back of Zhou really quickly here. It's the corners where our car's so quick, but it's really hard to get a run without the DRS. Because we don't have the greatest straight line speed, and that's another car on the wall. It's Magnussen.
Nice job.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Did he damage his car?
Kevin Magnussen here. Oh,
No, he
dear.
didn't. He
That's
just
far wider than they would have
went
wanted.
wide and then had to wait. Wasn't sure whether he'd hit the wall and damaged his front wing. There you can see Gasly in front, all over the back of Norris. Okay, 30 more laps after this. And the field, I mean, I know we've had safety cars, but the field is still really close. Let's see, how many laps have we been running under green flag conditions now? We finished the safety car on lap 35, so lap 36. So we've run 6 laps under safety car, under green flag conditions, and the field is still really, really close. There's only a tiny little gap here and there. No real breakaways yet.
Okay, buddy, you're doing a great job here. Keep it up.
And the way this race has been going, we're probably going to see another safety car. Zhou is not giving up the position easily. He's fighting back. Norris has gained against... No, yeah, Gasly's got Norris. Norris trying to fight back. But that move's done and dusted. Next up is Ocon. If we can get to the front, I think we'll pull away from everybody. And someone else has gone wide. That's an Alpha. I think it's Alonso.
I think someone's run wide. Let's take a closer look. Now watch this. Here's Alonso's car. And they've gone wide.
Yeah, he got away with that quite luckily. He only lost those 2 places.
Not ideal at all.
Okay, so into the drier phase of the Grand Prix. It's going to get wet again in about 9 laps. Maybe less. And that again could sort of just teeter into full wet territory, but it won't be for long by the look of it. It's so weird to look at this grid and see that Ricciardo's 11th, Perez is 12th, Leclerc is 13th. Alright, is this the move? No, Norris is covering the line just. And he's definitely holding Russell up here. I'll have a look at the inside maybe. Switch to the outside line. Cuts back to the inside. Russell trying everything he can here. Oh, we see the lap times. Lapping almost a second slower than Gasly on that last lap. Now Gasly's tyres starting to overheat just a little. Now that he's back in dirty air again. And still Russell cannot get past Norris. Again, trying not to intervene. Right now, you have to say as well that Sainz is holding up Ocon and Gasly. It's not just Gasly he's holding up Ocon as well. As Norris finally might lose the place, Russell takes the inside into turn 1 and outdrags Norris. He's going to try and fight back on the inside, but he's not going to have to drive up the hill. And there we go. Russell is finally through.
Just gained by Williams.
Even in Formula 1 fan. Right, so let's take a look at tyres. It's going to be tight. I think it might be worth just easing off on the tyres a little bit.
Slow down, please. Copy.
He's stalking you. Alright, so Russell has definitely started to close up a little bit. Even with this reduced pace, he's already dropped Norris by a second. Take a look at lap times. So 1:15.0, it's enough to close in on the cars in front, but only at a slow pace. What do you reckon, guys? Do we try and stretch these tyres, or do we just gamble? Do we push and go for fresh inters? We could go fresh inters right now. We'd have to fight our way through the field again. It's a gamble either way. So you need to be a little bit more specific than that, Mr. Water. Box or stretch? You're saying stretch. Okay. Yeah, boxing is going to drop us to the back of the grid, or just about the back of the grid. No, yeah, pretty much the back of the grid. Looking after our tyres, we don't really have the pace. At the moment, let's check a look at tyre wear. So the cars in front have actually got better tyres than we do, which is really not helping. We are running out of laps. I don't think we'd have enough time left really if we were going to box. It's entirely possible it might dry up at the end as well. those dying laps, it might go very, very dry very quickly. That'd be an extra wrinkle. If the AI stays out on the inters, we throw on softs and just try and tear our way through. That could be a mighty last few laps in terms of drama. Let's just go back to the pace that we were at.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Russell's not really closing.
Yeah, copy.
Gasly's not really going anywhere. "21 laps to go, including this one." What I will do is get Gasly to start charging,
Charge on.
and then when Russell catches up, I'll do the same with him. We're about to get that fresh injection of rain. Evening, Anthony. Looks like you've missed most of the action. Yep, 3 safety cars, and Sainz doing a wacky races and dropping oil behind his car to spin us out twice. Showing my age, I probably should have said doing a Mario Kart throwing a banana peel. Alright, we've got a breakaway. Sainz is definitely holding up Ocon and Gasly now. Verstappen and Bottas starting to make a little breakaway at the front. I really hope it dries up and we get to go to softs. Here comes the big rain. Well, I say big rain. The extra rain. Gasly is just hanging back while he's in charge mode, but Ocon is swarming all over the back of Sainz, trying to find a way through. Russell is almost caught up.
Recharge on.
Okay.
Charge off.
Yep.
Let's see if Ocon suddenly spins off in suspicious circumstances on this next corner. Then I'm calling shenanigans. Could use my battery to force my way through here, which is definitely a tempting option. But I kind of don't really want to have to do that. As the laps tick down though, it becomes more and more of a we need to do this type of thing. Race 6 of season 5, and Norris has been taken out of 4 of the 6 races. Wow. Different drivers taking him out, or is he taking himself out, or combination of? I think we're going to have to deploy. We've got the pace, we just don't have the free air to make the move.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Okay.
Not expecting more rain in this session.
Okay.
Okay, there is the dry weather warning. And that's the move done on Ocon.
Okay, that's good, Pierre, very good.
And it has just gone full wet.
And there's an overtake.
And
for
Sainz is
Williams.
boxing for full wets. Oh, that is an interesting decision. Is anyone else going to do that? Has Sainz just thrown away? Leclerc's in for full wets. Or are they going for fresh inters? Alonso's in. They have. They've gone full wets, and the track is already back to Inter territory. Oh, Ferrari, what have you done? Ferrari being Ferrari. The track's drying up now. We got dry weather on the way. Oh man, are they going to run those wets to the switch over, or are they going to come back in and put on inters before they make the switch to dry weather tyres? What a bizarre decision from Ferrari and Alfa Romeo. And you've got to say that if Porsche was still out there, he'd have boxed as well.
Need a recharge off.
It's still kind of around 4 on the weather.
Charge off.
It is going to dry up very soon. It's still raining, but that rain's going to stop in just a lap or two. So Ferrari are going to be quick on this lap and the next lap, and then they're potentially going to struggle. It's certainly not going to stay wet enough for these tyres all the way to the end of the flag. And I do think we are potentially going to have 3 or 4 laps on slicks. Maybe even 5 or 6 laps. Okay, 13 to go. And the rain stopped. There we go. We are going to have another dramatic finish to this Grand Prix. And Ferrari are well and truly shafted. They're a second and a half, well, 1.3 seconds faster than Magnussen. He's already passed Magnussen. But now he's stuck in that queue of traffic behind Perez and Stroll. And the track's drying up the whole time, and those tyres' efficacy is just going to disappear. There's a word for you, Farah. Ha 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 ha. Not disappear. Alright, we're backing into... We're under 4 mil. And Leclerc is back where he spent most of the Grand Prix. Down in 16th. Track is drying, but it's not drying fast enough. Come on. I want to get some slick tyres on at the end. Gasly hunting down Bottas, who is starting to drift away from Verstappen here. I was writing off Max's chances at the start of this Grand Prix. And he's pretty much been comfortable ever since he got into the lead. Russell going to have a look at the inside of Ocon here. It's going to have to do it under braking. And he can't quite do it. Let's give him a little squirt of battery.
Nice work. And recharge on, recharge on.
Come on.
Ten to go as Gasly has a look at Bottas. Dives up the inside. Can he get the drive up the hill? Goes up the inside. Straight drive to the line.
Good job, Pierre.
There we go. Completes the move.
Go recharge off when you're ready.
Hey there, Zappy. Yep, I love this game. Whenever we do the races, we fast forward through practice and quali, well, parts of quali, but we never fast forward through the races. We always play those out in full length, real time. Right, so Russell's got a little bit of work to do. The track is still slowly drying, but I'm starting to think we might not get to slicks. Start burning this extra fuel.
Yep, fine.
Let's lift off, please.
Yeah.
This is going to hurt the tyres a little bit more, but it will give us some more pace. Saving the battery for the overtakes. Alright, 8 to go. Tyres starting to get a little warm. As we complete the move on Bottas.
Okay, nice job, well done.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Copy.
It's 7 laps to go.
And the Ferrari's really struggling with their full wet tyres now. And there we go, Gasly's into the lead.
Good job.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Need to drop the pace.
Copy.
Bottas pits. And Ocon pits. That's got to be for fresh inters. They can't be going wet. It's way too early for slicks. They've got to be going for fresh inters. Which means Verstappen might be boxing as well. The whole field's doing it. Joe and Ricciardo. We're going to see more stops from other drivers. Yep, there's a couple more mechanics out there. Bashaw's in. Is Verstappen going to box and take the complete sting out of this this finish? No, he's staying out.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
Another predictable, tedious 1-2. Yeah, yeah. It's another 1-2, but I mean, it's been anything but, you know, predictable, this one.
Good job, keep it up.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please. Copy.
Ah! Verstappen gets back in front.
I'm equally there, I cannot do anything.
Red Bull moves
Gasly
on.
needs to run at really low pace just to get these tyres to the end. But it's making it hard for Russell to try and overtake.
Four more laps. 4 laps.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Oh, it's getting really, really close. My tyres are about to hit the cliff.
3 more laps. 3 more laps.
There we go. That's 30%. That's the tyres hitting the cliff.
Recharge off.
Oh, we got back marker in front. That's got to be Alonso trundling around on full wets. Look at Leclerc. He's doing 125s. I still don't understand why Ferrari decided to box for full wets. There is Leclerc. And it's about to hit dry track finally. It came too slow, too late. If we had another 2 or 3 laps on top of this next one, so we had like 4 laps to go, I'd be diving in for softs right now, because I'd be so much faster.
Feedback on conditions. People are talking about dry now. We are close to dry.
Okay.
But with only 1 lap to go, it's just not worth it.
DRS enabled.
Next lap, last lap.
And that's Science. Science gets in the way. No, Science! He just cost me a 1-2. Ah.
No more DRS.
Okay.
We don't have enough battery.
Okay.
It's going to be a 1-3. Ah.
Great job. Yeah.
Caught Science at just the wrong part of the track. So Gasly wins. Got a yellow flag in sector 1.
Over the line and today's winner.
Not sure what that was for. And there you can see Russell cost 2-3 seconds on that final lap.
That's the checkered flag.
1-3 is still good, but we did not complete the last to first for a 1-2 challenge.
Procedures, please.
Unfortunately, we missed it out on this lap. Somebody had a spin at the end. I don't know who it was. I'm going to guess Ricardo, given the fact that he did a 1:23 on that last lap.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars. A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it. The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here. Alongside them, of course, the other 2 talented drivers completing today's podium lineup. A very impressive showing today for Williams.
Just a really solid showing out there, which is exactly what they needed.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting, and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
So there we go. Another last to first challenge attempted. We didn't quite get the 1-2 this time out. Just held up just a little bit by Science at the end there, but still a very good recovery. Especially when you consider that both drivers at one point got themselves up to 6th and then spun out behind Science and had to drop all the way to the back of the field. So to fight their way through again, and then getting held really badly at the pits for the switch onto Inters, holding up both drivers. Yeah, a good recovery. So Pierre does close the gap to 19 points now to George. These two still absolutely dominating the championship, which is why we're doing this last to first thing, because we're so comfortably ahead of everybody else that we need to inject a bit of drama into the second half of the season. In the constructors, again, you can see absolutely dominating over Ferrari. That is our 13th win in 15 races this season. So a good race, impressive result for George. He gets 18 successful overtakes. Gasly gets the exceptional with 22 overtakes, and he was actually a little bit more active, which I didn't think he would be at one point. And some good points earned for Ollie as well, so that'll develop him for when I take this season offline next season. We failed the performance guarantee because we did not get a 1-2. But we still achieved everything else, which is nice. A bit more cash in the bank. The car part test facility is, or test center facility is now upgraded. I think we have a new ATR period as well. We're still 15 days away from the next design center upgrade. Yes, we have got a new ATR period, so that's new components that we can research. So we're getting a really nice 10% boost now on parts there. Ooh, I hit the wrong button. Didn't mean to do that. We've got a spare underfloor made, ready for Monza. Let's go ahead and start some extra research. So, let's see. No regulation changes for any of the parts. The only parts affected by the regs next season are the chassis and side pods, which are being done. So I'm going to throw the hours into an underfloor research project. This car's going to have so much downforce next year. There we go. So that's going to take until the 23rd of December, which is 109 days. I can use 3 engine. Actually, no, I'm just using 1 because we've got 15 days or so, less than that now. Under 2 weeks until the next slot opens up, and we can go 4 parts. So we'll stick to just the 1 engineer. I think. Let me have a look. I can go. If I go 4, that leaves me a month to get 1 final part done. So let's do that then. We are a day away from the next Grand Prix. Up and coming driver is Zach O'Sullivan. Not interested in any other drivers right now because still training Ollie, and he's probably going into the car next season, but we shall see. Might be the end of Gasly. Do we have any points to allocate out? No, Ollie is nowhere near another point yet, so he's developing very nicely, to the point where it's going to take a while for him to get extra points now. We do have a point for Josh. Let's go ahead and up his pit crew skill. Pierre is very, very close. Is there anything that needs a refurb? The CFD simulator is getting a bit run down, but we're not too far off being able to afford the upgrade, so I might just hold off on that. Everything in here is fine. And everything in here is okay as well. So that's where we're going to end tonight's stream. We'll be back with Williams on Friday as we do another last to first race, starting from the back of the grid at Monza, trying to fight our way through. This one will be a little bit trickier to fight through, I think, depending on the weather. Let's have a quick sneak peek at what the weather's going to be. It is going to be a very wet race. Look at that. Very heavy rain on Sunday. That's going to make things interesting again. No DRS during that. So, it could be interesting. That reminds me as well. Actually, I want to see what the rating of my drivers was in the adaptable conditions. So 87 adaptability for George and 81 for Pierre. So George is the better in changeable conditions. Interesting. Good to know. That's the end of Williams until Friday. Tomorrow we'll be back with some more challenge mode, where we break out the Aston Martin again. I'm trying to remember where we got up to last time. Was it France? Did we get to France or not? I can't remember. France might be the next Grand Prix. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, is the next race in the Challenge Mode series with Aston Martin. So until then, thanks for watching. I'm Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.